Hello guys, this is Shoot with Joe, and I know it's another Homefront gameplay, but I've been really into this game at the moment, as you can obviously tell. And also I've realised that I'm having a bit of audio delay problems with my gameplays, like I'm hearing shooting happen like 2 seconds before it actually happens. So if you check out the other video, you might be able to see it. So for now, I'm going to keep the audio extremely low compared to usual, because it keeps on screwing over with me. Well, let's say it's just annoying. And anyway, I've got a topic pretty much about, it's like a story, let's say, from when I was young. Then this is drinking. As you probably can tell by the title, you might be a little bit intrigued or confused. Okay, so pretty much what it means is when I was young, okay, I used to steal my dad's Guinness. So I was like about 2, 3 year old, and my dad used to drink a lot of Guinness, and as a baby I used to, go up and steal his can, go off into a corner and start drinking it. And my dad always wondered entirely where it were all going, and he was getting kind of angry. I obviously cannot remember much of this, so I pretty much used to just go and nick a can of my dad's Guinness and start drinking it in a corner. And I was actually a drunken baby, so that was like the first time I've ever started drinking, which is kind of funny. I was probably one of the youngest drinkers in the world then, unless someone gave, booze to a baby. But I mean, of free choice, I was the youngest possibly drinker in the world. I don't know. Maybe a baby actually. Yeah, but I kind of like went for the can, so like babies could possibly go and drink it off the floor, but I used to drink it out of the can, which is kind of funny. When I look back at it, I'm like, what the fuck? So I must have been like some really drunk baby, because obviously when you're a baby, you'd be an extreme lightweight. I don't know what I'd be like. It sounds hilarious when I think of it. I can just imagine a baby with a can to his face, and then barely being able to crawling into like crawling into doors, walls, and everything. That's all I can imagine, and just or I possibly just have gone to sleep, which would be kind of boring. But that was like the first time I'm ever have drunk off like free will. And I don't know why I came to do a story like this, but it's it's something that happened when I was young, and decided to do a few really funny stories that's happened in my life. So, a 2-year-old drinking a Guinness stealing baby sounded pretty, funny to put up. It's kind of original. Not many people are like that. So I think it's pretty, funny story, and quite, unpopular. Not many people have done that. And I've just, like gone out today, went for a meal, and my sister was taking forever to drink gin and tonic, and I was there like, she went to the toilet, so I decided to down her gin and tonic, because she was taking nearly an hour to drink like a glass of gin and tonic, and I just downed it within like 5 seconds, and it was nearly full. I don't really care, I just drunk it. You might be like, wait, you're 17 and you're drinking in a pub. Yeah, I have had like a headache for the past few days, and I usually do drink when I go to a pub and get a meal. I usually get like quite a bit of, beer, lager, like Foster's. I mean, people are like, you're underage. I know I am. But that doesn't matter. I drink, and like that's sort of me. I don't drink all the time though. You think I'm an alcoholic, but I'm not. I rarely actually drink. I just drink on occasions. So, and you might be like, how do you get served? I look really young. I sound how I sound, and I'm 6'4". It's possibly my height. And I don't entirely get served. My mum goes and gets it, but they don't really mention anything when I get booze. So that's kind of what happens. But I don't really, see too much to drinking as a sin or anything. I see more like drugs that are bad for you, really bad. I mean, I'm anti-drugs. I'm kind of anti-alcohol at the same time, but it's legal and it's there, you know. And sometimes you just enjoy to have a drink, you know, to have a laugh. I started drinking after when I was like a baby, about 14, and no, it was about 13 when I was in. No, I was in year 8 when I started drinking out with my mates and socially, and I used to drink loads of white cider like a chav. I actually used to be a chav. I was like top chaver. I was there like bopping about with like Fred Perry and that. I was just there like, I'm all it, mate, and I used to start on like everyone. I don't really understand why I did it now because, oh yeah, I used to pick on someone who I thought was extremely lanky. And I used to pick on him because he was tall, and if he wanted a fight, he could put up one because he was tall as fuck. I saw it kind of more intimidating, so I decided, you know, let's start on him. But this is my chavvy mind. I'm not like this anymore. I'm not a dick at all. Well, I can be a dick, but I try not to be. I'm not as dicky as I used to be. I used to just bop about thinking it was all top chav, like, innit mate, I'm gonna nut yous. Cause yours is a fucking dickhead and all that. I used to just like go pick on people that I thought were nerdy, that was slightly overweight, people that was tall, people that looked ugly, let's say, and things like that. And I used to pick on, like, I can't understand why I did it, but you know, I used to just pick on like so many people. I was hanging around with like a group of chavs, let's say. Not all of them were chavs, but I used to be like a top chaver, and I'm now practically the opposite. I'm just myself. So that's pretty much me now. I'm just myself. I don't like to be a chav. I've never really, you know, realized why I was a chav, apart from I wanted to, you know what was cool and what was in when you go to secondary. And that's kind of what happened, and my personality completely changed with it, and I became an absolute tool, let's say a dickhead. If you don't entirely know what a chav is, this is mostly American viewers, a chav is pretty much a... the definition of it is actually in the dictionary, I think, now. And it is oh God... I think it's a poor person that wears designer clothing or something like that. I can't remember. It's in one of the books, and they wear like Burberry, Lacoste, Fred Perry. Fred Perry was my generation. I don't know if many people still wear Fred Perry. I don't see many people. I see people wearing like Henry Lloyd, Superdry. Although I do wear Superdry. I mean, some of their clothing's not bad. But this was all my stereotypical, you know, chavvy wearings and shit. I didn't wear Burberry, no. I wore mainly Lacoste, Fred Perry, shit like that. And I used to, you know, go out on a night and bring out like a 3-litre bottle of white ciders, like Frosty Jacks, mate. And I used to like go out and then start drinking with like some friends, and I was just there like drinking, you know, get drunk at like 14, 13, and then we used to see coppers coming out with like a huge bright torch searching everyone, and we're there like, we knew how to hide it. I mean, it was dead simple. You just chucked it in a bush. As soon as you saw like the police car, because it was like dark, you could hide it, you know, and if not, you just do stuff. And then pretty much in the UK, like, cops go out around where I am. Let's say where I am. They go around and they try and find people that are drinking underage and in public. And you can get fined and arrested, or you can get taken home. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk about much other stories apart from when I was young. Alcohol related. If you want me to do some more modern ones, there's some quite funny stories I've got. Pretty much I was like when I was locked out, house party, things like that, you know. So if there's any like stories that if you want to hear more about my drunken related stories, I mean, just say. Uh, but I'm not really a big drinker or anything. I don't drink often, so there's not many. But I do have some funny stories in my life. If you want some childhood stories, if you want like videos of me like talking about my problems, not of me, literally just like gameplay and just me talking about some of my problems in life, like medical things like that. I don't really mind talking about it, and you know, and also talking about like sort of my, I would say ADHD, but yeah, I don't really think it is ADHD, but I do get distracted with a bit of hype. I'm just a bit, crazy. I can talk about it and just talk about some really weird things I do. So if you want to hear that kind of stuff, just say. And anyway, seems like the video is about to end, so anyway guys, this has been Shoot with Joe on my new channel. This has been my second upload. Please like, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And put in the comments and say some replies, talk about what's happened to you, like some funny stories of when you was a baby, things like that, alcohol related, I don't mind. Just post it in the comments. Anyway guys, goodbye.